Yes.
Sorry, kasi hindi linis pa sa'yo.
Okay lang.
Wala, kami lahat eh. Kami lang lahat, literal.
Hello? Hello?
Test.
Pwede kitang tulungan. Actually, naging fan mo talaga ako, no? And meron din akong friend na kailangan kong dalhin dito kasi siya yung tipo na lakas niya talaga magkape. And siya yung nagturo sa akin na kailangan matry yung walang sugar.
Kasi lahat ng kape bitter.
Relax.
And syempre, your best wingman is your barman.
Best wingman is your barman. I like that.
Sige nga, saan ka nakita ng barman na hindi kasi naportahan? Unless kupal yung
Or unless gusto ko niyang umalis na ang gugulo ko sa bar. Pero most of the time, ang bait nga sila.
Syempre. Have you met?
Shit.
Yan.
Thank
Sabi
you.
mo, sis, may tab dito yan. Anytime.
Tab is like
Parang may...
pinatagong drink.
Hindi, may parang pinari. Wala kang dalang cash, pero bayaran within the week or ganyan. Parang kayo.
Fancy way of listahan.
Parang how's it?
Pero astig nung kinuwento mo na La Solidaridad, yung idea na parang may impact yung in a sense, yung history, yung lumabas yung coffee, medyo
There.
right, medyo nag-evolve yung tao rin. Pero ano bang meron sa kanya? Yung caffeine ba yun na like, it makes the conversation much more...
Caffeine.
Okay.
Caffeine, it's the second most legally traded drug.
Okay.
You know what's number one?
Alcohol. Wait.
Sugar.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, for sure.
Pero syempre, everything in moderation. Again,
Right.
depende sa tolerance mo rin. Same thing with alcohol. Yeah. And coffee siya, it's not just kasi, it shouldn't be treated as a commodity. It's lifestyle. It's lifestyle, it's culture. At least that. Kasi there's also science to it. There's also economic perspectives for it. There's also political for it. There's also social. Literal, everything. Coffee taps. Literal. Lahat. Ikabit yan. So that's what we did. So we eliminated the middleman. Everything is directly sourced from producers, farmers, developments, cooperatives, multi-purpose, mostly IP communities. And everything is farm-blended, farm-roasted. Hence, the manual brewer at Usapang, here we wanted to serve the same general taste and try to find yung preference mo ng coffee. Hot, cold, swabe ba, clean, dirty, light, heavy.
Cool.
So yeah, and rather than hard market it, ito bilhin mo, no. Saan mo nagkakape? Ano ba hanap mo sa kape? Kasi, same thing as coffee, it's so versatile. Kung hanap mo caffeine, we can deliver caffeine. Espresso natin yan. Or French press. Or, gusto mong lasa lang. Let's go with the Arabica. Taste, flavors.
Oh, sure.
If you want something na pang-aral, pang-trabaho lang, ito yan, kaya na.
So pwedeng may distinct din na cool.
But how would you know? Tikman mo muna.
Alright.
Tapos, kamusta yan sa'yo? Right? And then, yun ibabase natin. Kasi, being a barista, or being a brewer, you are everything. You're in service, you're in support, you're there as a specialist. You recommend, you provide support, you provide service. So, all in all, yan ang best wing manager barman. You, for example, may mga tao, masip kayo. Not naman every time, relationship eh. This is a science major, this is a medical, or this is, masip kayo.
Like last time, kay Eric and
Marami.
art dealer and then astig. Maraming namomold na like connection sa coffee shop din. For sure.
Because it needs to be a philosopher's nest. It's not fast food. And we lost those kinds of spaces. Refuge. Ito yung KKK natin. Kape, kwento, kain.
Cool.
Anong bida?
Ito.
What makes us united? Kape.
Isa siya sa common
Ground for every
right.
lahat. Status, mindset, ideology. Yan. The ideology naman is Kape, Talista. So we use the same system of capitalism against its own, but a more inclusive growth and for grassroots.
Para sa mga local farmers din. Right.
Why? Because the product is good. It just needs a platform.
And Filipinos are not aware na what they have is something that the whole world can really appreciate.
The Philippines is in what we call the coffee belt or the equator.
Green, mas mabilis tumutubo yung coffee
No,
plant?
that's just where coffee thrives and survives. Just the coffee belt.
Equator? What?
Everything else
Mahirap?
is demand.
Demand na. Oh, shit. So, mas, like, let's say sa Japan, mas challenging for them to grow a coffee plant.
Kasi, so, mataas. Masyadong mababa yung temperature kasi they have 4 seasons. Tayo dalawa lang. Well, sobrang bagyo o medyo bagyo.
Alright.
But yeah, I mean, the Philippines kasi, as an agricultural country, you can grow anything here. Literally and figuratively.
Damn.
Ano siya?
Astig
And
naman nun.
Hindi, walang Philippine coffee industry.
Oo nga.
Wala. That's why we are so perplexed or dumbfounded para kay Philippine. Walang gumagawa.
And why? Bakit blank?
Well,
Considering na, like, we Filipinos love coffee. Especially in the morning. Parang isa tayo sa, uy, kape.
producers and consumers.
Mm-hmm.
Andun din tayo sa mentality and sa mindset eh. Na, imported na lang. Colonial mentality. The imported is better than the local. Actually, no.
Galing sa ano to. Therefore, this is
But actually, we have so much here in our country that is better than everything else. We have the best mangoes in the world.
In terms of coffee, if you're gonna choose, what would be, ano yung ilalaban mo sa, like, what strain would...
The coffees currently, the coffees from the north, ako recommend ko yung Benguet talaga. They're
meron talaga silang culture na...
There's good culture in terms of, there's good culture, there's good strains, good variety, good farming practice, and fair. In NCR, of course, the Batangas coffee, syempre, Barako eh. Yan ang kilala tayo in the whole world. In Visayas, siguro Iloilo, kasi Iloilo as a province, they're pushing for, developmental, for coffee, everything, cacao, ganyan. For Mindanao naman, I would recommend Bukidnon Range. Kasi ang dami nilang different sitios and estates there. Ang sarap ng kape. And emerging ang Davao. Something dark, of course, yung Sultan Kudarat. Yan, okay yan for me.
Oh, shoot.
So, yeah. Kasi, challenge-why, yung kape ng Pilipinas, napaka-basic. Kumaga, nasa main variety lang. Nasa 4 varieties lang. And we're a handful of countries that can produce all 4. Coffee, when you plant it, it absorbs anything and everything within its radius.
What do you mean?
Pag may naka-intercrop siyang halaman, intercrop siyang puno, flower, fruits, it absorbs it.
It absorbs the plant?
No.
The energy of the plant?
Hindi naman energy. Parang kunyari, pag tingnan mo siya malapit sa langka, madalas na siyang langka.
Oh, what?
You can intercrop.
Oh.
Yeah. And being the Philippines, different provinces, different
Slightly
regions,
different. Oh,
different
shit.
islands, grows different crops,
Taste.
different fruits,
Mm.
different vegetables. The soil is different.
More variety. What?
Comparative to countries that produce coffee, na nandun na sila, nasa pinnacle na sila, they have only one specific profile. For example, Brazil, more chocolate, more nutty. Ethiopia, more berries, more ganyan. South America, and around there's this. Vietnam, dark. The usual. But the Philippines, per province, remember, 90% of our provinces can
Before.
produce. Yes.
And this is just, what, 50 years ago or 100 years ago?
Something like that. Kasi walang data eh. That's the problem. That's why we started the NGO first. For research and development, for data, for exploratory, to taste. Eh, medyo mahal mag-travel.
Right.
But currently, hindi na to updated. Currently, we have 21 partner farms and 20 more under development. So in the whole
That's
country,
cool.
we have the widest range. The zone is as now. Everything is direct, everything is sourced. And kami lang in the whole country that does the specialization for local coffee. Well, aside from the other second cafe, which is in Siargao, Mad Siargao.
Okay. But Mad Siargao and Mad Manila is under the same.
It's under the same.
Nice, sweet.
A different management.
Okay.
May mga managing partners tayo in every site.
Cool. Nanggaling na ako dito sa Kalinga before. And isa sa na-appreciate ko sa lugar nila, meron lang sa lamesa, may kape lang na thermos na kape ka lang all day, tapos na-refillan lang nila.
You know, coffee is part of our culture and heritage so much, right? Go in all of the provinces, and if you go, let's say you on the elders ng community, in the farm, the first thing that they do in the morning, the first thing that they'll do, prepare coffee. When the coffee is prepared, they sit down on a circle or half circle. Basta they sit down, kape sa gitna, and they talk. If it's the elders, they talk about, andito na yung trigo natin, anong problema, sige to, ganyan, nag-away, sige to, how do we, with coffee.
With clarity.
Yes.
And that's how they managed to survive as a tribe. And they were able to talk things out. Yeah, nice. And evolve. Or what if merong like nag-away and then let's talk this out.
Kape ka muna.
Right. Cool.
Hindi mo naman pwedeng nag-away, putan, bigyan mo alak. Doesn't work that way.
Right.
After celebrations.
Right. Marriage or
but after
planning.
the next morning, after mo uminom, after mo celebrate, what is the first thing that you'll drink to recover?
That's sweet.
Kape pa rin.
I don't know, feeling ko kailangan ko to i-share sa'yo. Ewan ko kung saan ko siya nakuha, but I think may story na, like, ewan ko kung, basta time pa ng mga galleon trade. And then, there was this coffee plant na nagkaroon ng storm daw. And then, the whole nasa ship, kailangan nilang tipirin yung tubig nila. And then, that plant, nadala siya sa isang country. And then, that became the mother plant na nag-spread ng coffee dun sa country na yun.
Well, there are so much coffee origins and coffee stories, but for the Philippines naman, the Spanish coffee was first brought in the country by a Spanish friar in 1800s.
Okay.
It was planted in Batangas, Lipa.
What?
That's why we were known for Barako.
Parang yun yung mother ng...
Batangas supplied the whole world, literally, technically, and figuratively. Yun yung naging fourth largest coffee producer tayo.
Damn.
But
So
now-
legendary rin pala yung Batangas train.
But now, before Batangas was the coffee capital of the country. Now, only two
2 farms?
remain for production and for processing. Nakatigbak in the Mercado. Again, marami pa yan. So, isang province pa lang yan. Imagine mo, if we do the Philippine Coffee Heritage Roadmap,
Oh, dude.
yung session natin sa farm with the elders, showcasing their coffee
How it's...
and their story. Yan. Ang dami yan.
Saya niyan.
And
Colorful.
it has never been done.
That's
What
sweet.
we want, for me personally, what I want is to start it. Kasi ako hindi ko naabutan yung ano niyan eh, yung result niyan eh. But for that the next generation can continue it.
Right. At least, magkaroon sila ng idea na
The way that you said it, yung ganito, sinimulan nila, ganito, same thing.
like, look at how they, parang through time, babalikan nila na, tingnan mo, parang sila pala yung first na nagsa-start, but parang nawala sa circulation ng culture ng Pilipinas. Which is not supposed to be, right? Like,
There are a lot of things that we lost. By any hand, we lost.
Which is beautiful.
The hospitality is also changing.
Right.
We were the most hospitable country or people even now. It's shifting kasi we're being invaded.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So, there are so many things. Kasi kung tatanungin mo, kaya ba ng Pinoy? In question of capability and capacity, kaya. Why? In any country, there's a Filipino.
Yeah.
In any industry, there's a Filipino innovating. But we don't do it at home.
Yeah. Ba't kaya, no? Bakit kaya yung Pilipino parang sa Pilipinas less favorite niya? Like, kung gusto niya mag-travel, may isip niya
Saka
agad
lang siya
mag-travel.
titino.
Right. Tsaka lang niya lang ililibutin yung Pilipinas. But, like, let's say, saan mo dream pumunta?
Well, my perspective for that is, well, Filipinos are smart actually. But we're so smart, we're stupid. We choose to be. Why? Filipinos are lazy, as what they say. The indolence of Filipinos, sabi nga nila dyan. My perspective on that is, Filipinos are not lazy because we're lazy. We are lazy because our motherland, our country, has provided us with an abundance of everything. That's why we don't take care of it. And since Filipinos, tayo, saka naman tayo magre-react kapag ano na eh. Kasi nga, resilient nga tayo eh. Yung pinaka-last na, last na lang, saka na tayo gumalaw. Ayan. But the challenge about it is, it's not just the land that we're losing. It's not just the skills, the capacity and capability that we're losing. What we're losing is values, heritage, and culture.
Which is mahirap ibalik once we lost it. Kasi, damn.
How are we gonna restart it?
Right. One cup of coffee.
Siya.
I think